Hi everyone, my name is Pete Actipis, Game Director on Warzone here at Raven Software. Over the last few weeks, we've been collecting questions from our community, and I'm here to answer some of our biggest ones. All right, let's get right into it. First question, what are you changing on Haven's Hollow for launch? It's a great question. The reception at COD Next was really positive towards Haven's Hollow, but we're always looking to improve the player experience. So what we're doing is we're increasing the amount of players across all matches. For example, in quads, we're moving up to 52 players from what you might have seen at COD Next at 44 players. High Moon Studios has also reworked the center POI formerly known as Homestead. Now known as the Barn, this solves a few problems that we were experiencing during our playtests. There's been several long sight lines that have been resolved now with the new layout. We also have a lot more intentional rotations to and from this POI, and the center building has been reformatted to fix a lot more combat experiences, allowing for more dynamic and expressive play. You mentioned plans to shake up the meta. Can you be more specific? Yeah, absolutely. So we are committing to updating the meta more often than we ever have in the past. The goal is to keep weapon diversity as interesting as possible. We plan on doing that by really focusing on attachments to make sure that they're both impactful and meaningful to the player. Now, we had mentioned that we're updating our technology in terms of being able to tune weapon attachments. And this is really important for us because now we're able to really go in and fine-tune specific problem cases. Instead of nerfing a weapon to the ground, we can be intentional with the changes that we need to make so we can keep the weapon's identity secure. Now, we have a blog coming in the next few days that will cover a lot more of our weapon philosophy, so tune into that. There's a lot of weapons in Warzone. How are you going to balance them all? Our focus is on the new weapons introduced with Black Ops 7's launch and Season 1. You can always go back and play with old favorite blueprints you own. What are you doing with perks? Well, this year our goal was to really shake up the perk categories so they can be really much more competitive for players. We wanted players to really mix up how they use perks and get them out of their comfort zone. We've removed underutilized perks, we've buffed up other perks, and post-COD Next, we've taken feedback to heart and really buffing up other perks that we felt could use a little bit more love. For example, Survivor now is going to be able to protect you against one-shot headshots. We have a lot more to cover with perks, and we're going to be covering a lot more detail in our blog coming out right before Season 1. What are you changing with aim assist? We're working closely with Treyarch on adjusting aim assist across all ranges and a right stick aiming requirement that will lead to a more competitive and balanced experience. These changes go live in Warzone with the launch of Season 1. You said buybacks are coming back. What other LTMs can we expect? Well, we want to leave some surprises for you, but for Season 1, we can talk about some of the weekend LTMs coming. Now, one experimental one that we're excited about is called Amped BR. And the idea here simply is increased health, because we really want to see how this changes the moment-to-moment combat. Now, we also have some other LTMs in store for Season 1. One that I will talk about is High Octane BR. This is pretty cool because players can start out with their loadouts. They're also able to access the buy station anywhere, at any time, with the press of a button. Is open matchmaking coming to Warzone? Yes, open matchmaking is coming to Warzone in Season 1. Are you adding any new movement mechanics to Warzone? Well, at COD Next, we showed that tac sprint is off by default. Now, if you're a type of player that really likes tac sprint, you can go into the sprinter perk and re-enable it that way. What are you changing on Rebirth Island in Season 2? We've seen a lot of conversations about Rebirth Island on socials, and what we're happy to say is winter is coming. So Rebirth has been hit by a snowstorm. Not only that, but there is a new infill strike coming in Season 2. We also have some geo changes that are really going to help out with rotations and combat situations around the map. We have more info coming in the next coming weeks. On that note, I want to thank you for tuning in to this Dev Talk. Be on the lookout for our deep dive blogs and our Season 1 patch notes over the next coming weeks.